Hello everybody and welcome back. We are back out at our house again. You can see there's been a ton of progress as usual. Let me turn the microphone around real quick though so you can hear me a little bit better, because today it is really windy, and as you might be able to see, a lot of that snow is melted. It's about 46 degrees out. Sure making that clay really clumpy though, hard to walk in. And this is day 5 of framing. So you can see the garage is all done. Looks like they started wrapping the outside as well. And now they are up there working on the second floor. So trusses were supposed to come in today. Trusses won't be in until tomorrow now though. So they'll be putting that on tomorrow. Let's jump up here real quick though. Take a quick look at how things are looking in here. So you can see up here, the second floor is all done, or almost done. This will be the kitchen area, so it's starting to really take shape here now. 2-story great room, starting to be able to see where those windows are a little bit more. This will be the staircase up to that second floor office area, the entranceway, so that'll be where our front door is. And one of the changes that we made here on the interior, right here. So they got the shower all framed in now. We're able to see how large that's going to be. Really nice. I think Jessica will be happy with that. And one of the small changes we did was angle this wall a little bit here. So when you're standing over here at the entrance, you can actually see the full width of that window, and it opened up this walkway a little bit further. We did lose, I don't know, maybe a couple inches right there in the corner of the closet. That's what Jessica was worried about. But I think it will definitely make the world of a difference, especially with that bathtub sitting right there underneath that window, opening up that walkway a little bit further. They do still have some of the windows cut out yet here in the bedroom, but they went ahead and just kind of wrapped the whole house. So I'm sure they will be working on that very soon. But yeah, really happy with the progress. Really cool seeing that second floor going up, and I'm not sure when they're going to be done with that, but that might be done tomorrow. I'm going to jump into some of the drone video now, starting at my usual position over here in front of the garage at about probably 75 feet in altitude. We can see all the framing going on up here. Do want to mention, if anyone is interested or going to be building in the Midland, Bay City, Saginaw, Mount Pleasant area, make sure you get a hold of our builder. Link for his website is in the description down below. Forever Built Homes, Mark Hammond has been great to work with, and he's really doing a quality job on building our house. You can see the subfloor now in place up here on the second story. And yeah, it looks like they got a lot of lumber in here, a lot of lumber scrap out here in front of the house as well. And with the cost of lumber prices right now, I'm definitely glad that we got locked into our contract early, so all this stuff could be pre-ordered at a lower price than where lumber prices are sitting at right now. Now coming around to the back side of the house, you can see where that concrete lining is where the back porch will be. With all of these warm temperatures we're having, all the snow melting, I am very curious as to if the pond is filling up back here. Again, this will be the front of the house, front door, garage over there, and the pond right back here. I'm betting that almost all of this snow will probably be melted today or tomorrow. We're actually supposed to be getting some rain at about 5 o'clock today, so that will probably go the rest of the way and melt the rest of it. After that, on I believe Thursday or Wednesday, we're going to be getting a lot of snow. I think most of it is going to the south though, so I don't think we're going to get a ton of snow in our area, but the areas to the south of us will be getting a lot more snow. So if it gets to be a real blizzard condition, the guy said that they're not going to be here working, and that it would be kind of pointless. But they will pick right back up the next day and continue on framing, getting the roof on, getting the sheeting over the top of that, and getting the house all sealed up. I'm seeing quite a bit of water so far. It's sure a sloppy mess back here right now. I'm glad we're not building in the springtime But let's take a look and see if we have any water in the pond yet. I did go ahead and move one of my trail cameras that was taking pictures of the deer and other wildlife in the area, and I moved it over here to the dock, pointing to the bottom of the pond. So we'll be able to kind of do a time-lapse video of the pond filling up. But I'm pretty surprised there is no water down in there yet. We're still stuck with the same, maybe 3 inches right down there in the very center. A little bit of snow left over here, left to melt, but all of this is melted over here on this side. Looks like it just has not had enough water here yet. We'll see if it goes ahead and rains, if that fills it up. I'm sure it will a lot faster than just the snow melting. Looks like it was pretty wet in a couple areas though. I mean, look at the water running right here. Got a full-on little trickle coming from all this water down here. And looks like it runs down, eroding a little bit of that sand, and is making it about this far. So it's kind of just pooling up in this area. Not able to get down in there. This clay is not going to absorb much of that water though, so once we start getting some water down here in this clay area, it should be funneled right down in here, and this clay lining will create a nice bowl for it to go ahead and sit in here, and should not be getting soaked into the ground. I'm guessing all we need is the water table to come up a little bit further. Right now our water table is still probably low below the sand layer. Once we get that going up a little bit higher, this should fill up in no time. See, that sand is not frozen anymore. All right, well, that's pretty much a wrap on this update. I will be going back. We'll be throwing the drone back up in the air right now and just getting a quick couple aerial videos of the second floor going up. And then we'll be back again tomorrow. Hopefully we'll be able to see some of those trusses on the house or going up, and then we'll be able to start seeing a little bit of that roof line. Jumping back to the drone video now, definitely at a lower altitude, probably only about 50 feet now. See a little bit more of that lumber that is staged in front of the house, but I'm going to zoom out here real quick and take a look in the pond with the drone. You can see the dock post over here on the left hand side. At the time me filmed this voiceover, the one that's a little bit further out was getting a little crooked, so I did take a jack out there and straightened it back up. Water level has definitely increased a lot more at the time of me filming this voiceover though. It's really cool seeing this from the time-lapse video. I'm going to probably also be including a little bit of the time-lapse video of the house construction going up at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. I'm continuing to climb with the drone all the way up to 400 feet in altitude. That is the legal height limit that I'm able to fly to. See a couple of those piles of our topsoil black dirt staged around the house yet. That is just waiting for the springtime to dry out a little bit more, and then that can be respread back over the top of the clay and sand that is around the house. You can actually see the line of where we stopped with the sand and started digging the clay out of the pond and spreading that around the house here. Pretty cool seeing the view from up at this height though. And can see the new driveway in place up here in the front of the house. And then over here on the bottom left is where all that dirt was hauled out of, where you could see the field was a little bit, not much snow on it. Now flying from the driveway at about 10 feet in altitude. I always usually like to just fly up here and kind of visualize what the front of the house is going to look like. We did angle this house slightly so that it would be kind of more angled to the front of the driveway, as well as angled towards the back pond. So should have a nice view here of the front of the house with all those windows. I can see a couple of the windows where they will be outlined through the house wrap. So a couple over here in the side-loaded garage as well. And up here, taking a closer look at the second story, see the guys were just wrapping up for the day. If you've enjoyed this video so far, make sure to go down below, hit the like button, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and leave any questions and comments you have down below. And until the next one, I'll see you then. Here's some of that time-lapse video that I promised I would share with you that have been being taken by my trail cameras. Over there on the left, we can see that excavator was going ahead and clearing the driveway. And then they went ahead, poured the footings, poured the foundation. Excavators out here again, and there's a little pause in work here. We're waiting for the ground to freeze up before we could go ahead and get the fill from the other side of the ditch as well as out of the pond and be able to drive on that without the excavator sinking. This part goes very fast when the guys got out here framing. So this 2-week time span actually went by really fast, as you can see there. I'm actually going to pull this framing portion out again and slow it down 25% so that you guys can actually see it a little bit better without having to re-watch it in a slower speed through YouTube. So shingles got delivered and then the windows went in place as well. Thanks for watching, and make sure you hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video. Also make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next videos I will be posting, and leave your questions, comments, and suggestions below.